What's up guys, it's Aisling and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to do my MAC starter kit. I get asked quite a lot, even still to this day, about like MAC makeup, and I know MAC is not really that popular anymore, but I still get asked quite frequently my favorite lipsticks, what lipsticks I recommend, my favorite lip liners, what powders do I recommend from MAC, what products. Like, I think it's just from old videos of mine and obviously Dramatic MAC. I still think I'm like contemplating on changing that name and just using my own name. I don't know. Let me know, you guys, because I just think maybe I'm a little bit too old for Dramatic MAC now at this stage. But anyway, I get asked quite a lot about MAC makeup still to this day. I do have quite a lot of thoughts on products that I think you need if you are considering buying products from MAC. The products that I'm going to be mentioning in today's video are my fail-safe. They're my favorite products. I love them. They are my MAC ride or die products, and I think you guys need them if you haven't already purchased them. So if you guys are ready to watch my MAC starter kit, or what products I recommend to somebody who doesn't have them in their collection, then just keep on watching. So I'm going to start off with a product I don't have in my possession. There's actually two products in this video I don't have, and the reason why is because we're in the middle of a pandemic. First one is Max Fix Plus. So I use my Max Fix Plus for a couple of different things. The first one is to spritz on my face once I'm finished my makeup. It just takes away any like powderiness on my face, and it kind of sets my makeup in place. I wouldn't say it's a setting spray. It's definitely more of a fixing spray. Setting spray will make sure that your foundation does not budge throughout the day, whereas a fixing spray kind of keeps your products in place. I know it sounds like they're the same thing, but they're really not. It is not a longevity product. Like, it's not going to keep your foundation on for longer. What it does is just kind of make sure that your foundation and powders and everything are like set on top of each other and set in place. Does that make sense? The second thing I use it for is to mix in with pigment. If I need a pigment to be moist, because it is a glycerol and water concoction, it allows pigments to stick onto my lid without them drying out and flaking up, because I find if I use water to do that, once the water evaporates, the product then becomes a bit flaky, whereas I feel like the added glycerol in it just makes it like stick onto the eye. I definitely use it to wet my brush, especially when applying pigments or even highlighter. Now, I don't wear highlighter as often. It just so happens I did like a highlighted bronzy makeup look today, but if I'm applying a highlighter here, I will usually wet my brush, and then it will just make the highlighter even more intense. So there are a couple of different uses of the product, and I really do love it. It is one of my highest recommendations, definitely from MAC. The next product I want to talk about is MAC Strobe Cream. So I do not have Strobe Cream with me in my possession. A lot of people said that Strobe Cream is a priming product. I don't necessarily agree with that. I feel like it's more of like a base product. So if I want my base to look kind of glowy and fresh and more awake and luminous, I will use Strobe Cream. I absolutely adore it. I use the original one, and I buy the smaller bottle of it. The smaller bottles are about €12 and you get about 30 mils in them. The big bottles are about €30. So it just kind of makes more sense for me to get a smaller one and repurchase it as I need it, because I have so many primers and so many kind of products similar to it, but there isn't anything really comparable to MAC Strobe Cream. I feel like it is one of the best products for what it does. I love that it just gives like a glow or luminosity to my skin, and it makes my skin look really fresh underneath. Once I apply my foundation on top, my skin just looks really good. It is a really outstanding product. This next product is a priming product. This is the Natural Radiance base. This is a Prep and Prime from the Prep and Prime line, and I get the yellow one, which I think is just natural base. It is a really great product. I absolutely love this. Now this, like I said, is a primer. So what I usually do is I just apply this to my skin, then I will apply the foundation on top. Self-explanatory, primer. But it kind of gives my skin that tacky effect where it allows my foundation to sit on top nicely. A lot of people don't like this base, and I kind of went back and forth for a long time with this, but I actually really feel like it is one of their better bases that they do have, and if you are looking for a good base, I highly recommend it. If you don't want to spend that much on a base, because I feel like this is quite pricey, then I would definitely go with like a more affordable drugstore product. But I'm just saying, if you're a MAC and you really want to try out one of their base products, this would be what I would recommend, especially for priming the skin. It is a really great primer. I really like it for my oily skin. I feel like it keeps my oils at bay. I don't know how, I don't know why, because it's not really like most primers that I would use to keep my oils at bay. It's quite a different consistency because it's a little bit more runny and it's a bit more tacky. but I don't know, it does the job and I really, really like it on my skin. Oh, my old faithful, I can't not talk about this. This is my favorite foundation. It's the Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. It's not only my favorite foundation from MAC, it's like my favorite foundation across the board. The reason why I don't wear it as often as I used to is because this product will break me out. I don't know what's in it and why it does it, but it has done it for years. I've been wearing this foundation for the best part of 10 years, I want to say. Between it and Estee Lauder, they were my first high-end makeup products foundation wise, and between both of them I still have them in my collection. I absolutely love it. I love the way it looks on my skin. It gives my skin this gorgeous base. It's not really cakey and heavy looking. A lot of people will fight with me over that and say, yeah, it is, it's real cakey and heavy, but I do not feel like it is at all. Even the scent of this is so nostalgic. I love this foundation. I'm in the shade NC35. I go between an NC35 all the way up to an NC40. I am naturally NC35. That's just my natural skin tone. Like right now, I have no tan on or anything like that. That foundation would match me. Actually, I might be a little bit pale for it. Get matched properly because some of these foundations, especially the NC line, run quite yellow. The NW line would be more of a cooler, pinker undertone. They've NC, NW, and I feel like they have C as well, which is like cool, and I think they have a W line. I'm not up to speed with the MAC shade selections anymore. I used to know everything back in the day, but not as of late. Definitely do get colour matched if you are using this, because the colour can tend to be quite yellow and it can pull quite yellow on the skin if you don't have a yellow undertone on your skin. So definitely do get matched. I do love this foundation. I love the shade selection. It comes in so many different shades, from the palest to the darkest. I love the way it looks on my skin, but just if I wear this consecutively for, I'd say, 3 days max, I will get a breakout somewhere. It could be the fragrance in it. I'm not really sure because it is quite scented. Not like lingering scented, but it does have a bit of a scent. So it could be that. I don't know. So next up I want to talk about another product I don't have here, which is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I absolutely love this. I'm in NW20 in that, and I wear this underneath my eye, obviously. The only issue I ever have with that concealer is the packaging of it kind of irritates me because it comes in a glass jar. The reason why I actually don't have it right now is because I broke my last one, and I have broke quite a few of them over the years. It is a great concealer. I love it. I love how it looks underneath my eyes, but the packaging sucks. I hate the packaging. Always have, probably always will. So it does come with a pump, and then what I do is I apply it to my fingers and dab it underneath my eye and then blend it out with my beauty blender. So it can be a little bit frustrating just having to go through all the extra steps, and then you have concealer on your finger. I don't know, it just irritates me, but it is a fantastic concealer. It's really high coverage. It's not really thick underneath the eye. It's quite lightweight, and I love the way that it sets and just makes my under eye area look like velvet. It is a fantastic concealer, and definitely up there with one of my highest recommendations for concealers, in particular from MAC. I have a ton of powders from MAC, but I absolutely adore their Select Sheer line. You can see that this is nearly all gone. This is in NC25, and this I use to set my face. It is the tiniest bit paler than my foundation, but I just feel like it works really well with the foundation. This powder, I need to get a backup of it. It is a really great powder. It's real soft and silky on the skin, and it makes my skin look airbrushed. Actually, I need some powder on my chin right now, so I'm going to use it. This just makes my skin look gorgeous, and I absolutely love the effect of it, and it's really lightweight. It just sets everything, but it makes my skin look quite velvety. It's a really great powder, and highly recommend it if you guys want to try out a powder. Okay, so I have 2 other powders here, and these are both from their Mineralized Skinfinish line. So I have the shade Light, which looks like this, and the shade Medium Golden, which looks like that. So Medium Golden, again, is a face setting powder. I love this. It's a really great face setting powder. I can't complain about it, but it is a little bit heavier than the Select Sheer, which is much more of a lightweight powder. This has colour to it as well, so it does show up quite like evidently on the skin because it is a Mineralized Skin Finish line. And some of the shades are deeper for bronzing, which I'll talk about in a minute. But it is a great face powder. If you want just a little bit of extra coverage, I would recommend this. If you just want to set your face, the Select Sheer is the one I would go with. But if you do want, like I said, a little bit of extra coverage, this is the one I would go with. So I use the light shade underneath my eye to set my under eye area. It is pale and it's light, and it has a reflection of it. The Mineralized Skin Finishes, I feel, have like ever so slightly, because they are mineralized products like a little bit of say like a radiance to them. So they do make your skin look radiant without being glowy or anything like that. It's a really hard way to explain it, but like the mineralized products in it obviously are what gives a bit of radiance to the skin, and I really like the products. The next one I want to talk about is MAC's Give Me Sun. So again, it's from the Mineralized Skinfinish line, but this is just a really dark shade. So Give Me Sun is my go-to bronzer from MAC. I don't like any other bronzer as much as this because it's just the most gorgeous warm brown undertone. It is like such a perfect summer shade. This is a color that I will wear when I want to look like the sun has hit my skin. So it gives me kind of the kind of color that you would go if you have naturally been touched or kissed by the sun. It is a really gorgeous bronzer. It's quite pigmented, as you can see there, so a light hand is all that's needed with it, and it blends up really well on the skin, so it just looks beautiful on my skin. I really like this bronzer, and if I could recommend any bronzer from MAC, this would be the one I would highly recommend, and one that I think a lot of people need. Now, if you have really pale skin or really dark skin, this might be a little bit hard to pull off because it has that real warm undertone to it. If you have quite pale, cool toned skin, this will definitely look quite orange on the skin. And if you're really deep, obviously it's not going to show up. So I would recommend swatching this if you do get hold of it. So if you have a medium complexion and you want something to make you look bronzy and like you've been sun-kissed, this is the one I would go with. I have two highlighting products. The first one here is from their Extra Dimension Skinfinish line, and this one is in Oh Darling. Now my Oh Darling has fallen out of the pan on numerous occasions. I've tried to put it back in, but it's still all intact. It's a beautiful highlight. I'm not crazy about highlighters as of late, but this is definitely one that I would highly recommend. Now, probably as summer approaches, I will go back to highlighter. I mean, I'm wearing a highlighter today and I really like it. But if I was to be wearing a highlighter from MAC, this would be the one that I'd be wearing. I love it. There is a couple of other ones, but they're limited edition, so I do not want to talk about them because you just can't get them. But if you're looking for a new highlighter, this is the one that I would recommend. It's quite a nice gold undertone to it, and I feel like it's the perfect color for my complexion. I really like it. Another highlighter I really like, but it's just a bit paler than Oh Darling, is Double Gleam. This is gorgeous. And then my favorite highlighter ever from MAC, ever, but it is limited edition, is Perfect Topping, and it looks like this. I absolutely adore it. It came out in, I'm not even sure what collection it came out in, but I have had this for years. It's the one in the middle there. I don't know, actually I'll give you a better swatch in it because it's quite hard to actually see. I'll do it down here. So I don't know if you can even see that, but there's Oh Darling, Perfect Topping, and Double Gleam, the three of them there. But this one has like a pink hue to it. I don't even know how to describe it because it is just so perfect on the skin. It is my favorite highlighter, but again, limited edition, so that's very sad. And I have had it for years because I don't want to like use it all up. The other highlighter I have, I'm not really sure if it's what I would call a highlighter. I would call this like a bronzing topper. I know that sounds really crazy, but this is what I use it for. This is in Global Glow, so you can see that it is a lot darker than the other highlighters that I showed. It's more of like a bronze. Global Glow, I'll just put over here. You can see it there. It's quite a lovely kind of bronzy shimmery shade. So what I usually do with this, I will either wear it on its own, or when I've put down MAC Give Me Sun, I will put this over the top of it and just kind of blend it over it, and it gives my skin like this glowy bronze. Even though MAC Give Me Sun is a mineralized skin finish, and like I explained earlier on, it kind of has like that mineral glow to it, I still like to add a little bit of bronzer over. I still like to add even more glow over top. Again, this is quite a summery product for me, but Global Glow is an absolutely gorgeous highlighter if you have deeper complexion or if you want a more glowy bronzer. And then the only blush that I recommend, and I probably recommended this maybe every single MAC recommendation video, is Warm Soul. Can't go wrong with this. It is one of the nicest blushers on the market in my opinion. It is like the perfect shade. It's not brown, it's not pink, it's not nude, it's not, I don't know what it is. It's just like a rosy neutral shade. I don't know. It's really hard to explain, but this is the most gorgeous blush. Really gorgeous natural flush to the skin. I really love this, and because it's again a mineralized product, it has that luminosity to it. It's not overpowering on the skin. It's not too like in your face blush. It's just a really gorgeous shade and I cannot stress how much I love it. So it's just this gorgeous shade. Again, it's probably something you would look at and like just walk by it, because it's not as eye-catching as an awful lot of the other blushes, but it is by far the best blush that they have, and I would stress that this is probably my favorite blush out there, other than NARS Madly, which I love also. But this is a gorgeous blush. To be honest, when it comes to MAC's eye products, I would pass on the majority of them. Their mascaras are okay. Their eyeshadows were great in the day, but they're just a bit pricey now. Their eyeliner, average. Brow products, not really into them. But their pigments, guys, I really, really like their pigments. I have a lot of their pigments, but one that I would recommend to everybody, no matter what skin color you are, what type of eye looks you like, this is one that everybody should purchase, and this is in the shade Tan. I've had this particular one probably about 4 years. You probably shouldn't have a pigment that long. Maybe I've had it longer. But it is a beautiful pigment, like one of the nicest pigments that's around, to be honest. You can see it there. But this will definitely be, and always will be, my favorite pigment from MAC, and probably one of my favorite pigments on the market, period. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous color, as you can see there. It's quite like a glowy rose gold shade. This is a beautiful color to place all over the lid in the summertime, or even as like a Christmassy eye look. I really like it, but definitely summertime look, I would be most keen to wear that. Like, it's just beautiful. Another shade I really like from them, but it wouldn't be like, you know, you need this, whereas I would say that with Tan, is Melon. Melon is this gorgeous goldy shade with a little bit of a pink undertone to it. Hopefully you can see it there on my hand. So it's just underneath Tan. It's probably hard enough to see there. That's why I need a bit of Fix Plus. Again, gorgeous on the eye, very nice for summertime. And now my favorite category from MAC would definitely be their lip category. And I just have a few lip products that I want to talk about. I don't want to go crazy and talk about tons. But the first products I want to talk about are their lip liners. Love their lip liners. Their pencil lip liners are my favorite. I have 3 shades. It was kind of difficult to narrow it down because I wanted to include so many. So the 3 that I have picked that I think most people need is Whirl. Whirl is one of those staples I think everybody has in their collection, or if not, they definitely need to pick it up. It's like a mauvey brown shade, and it's just the most perfect lip liner color. I have it on my lips today. The next one is Soar. I love to wear Soar with a more pinky lip because it has a bit of a pink rose undertone to it. So it's just a little bit rosy, but of the same depth as Whirl. It's just, like I said, just a teeny bit rosier. And I like to wear more pink lipsticks with that. And then the final one I have here is Strip Down. I don't even want to hesitate how many strip downs I have worn in my entire life. That's Strip Down there. So Strip Down, Soar and Whirl. They're my 3 favourite lip liners from MAC. I do go through them quite a lot, quite quickly. Whirl is the other lip liner that I've repurchased, and Soar. And then another one would be Oak, Boldly Bare, Subculture I quite like as well. So they would be my favourite lip liners from MAC, but definitely one of those 3 would be my highest recommendation. Next I want to talk about lipsticks. I have a whole video dedicated to my favourite MAC nude lipsticks, which I'll link down below because that tells you everything you need to know. These are all nude lipsticks. If you're not into nudes, I would say don't bother with any of these ones, but these are my favorite nude lipsticks. So the first one is Honey Love. This is just one of the most perfect nude shades. Absolutely gorgeous. If you have paler skin, this is going to pull obviously a little bit darker on you. For me, it's more of a medium shade, and then obviously this could be like a lightening color if you have a darker complexion. The next one I would recommend is Shrimpton. This is a brand new one to my collection. It's actually the one I have on my lips right now. They are quite similar in shade, but I would say that Shrimpton is like a tone lighter than Honey Love, and also it's a satin finish, whereas Honey Love is matte. The next one I have here, I won't even be able to swatch with you for you, or maybe I will. It's Myth. I absolutely love Myth, like one of my favorite shades for lightening lipsticks up in particular. And then the final one I have here is Cherish. So this will be one of the darker of the 4. This is definitely more on the warmer side, a little bit deeper than the other 3, as you can see. But those lipsticks are my favorite lipsticks from MAC. I love them. I also love Creme Cup and Angel and Blankety and stuff like that over the years, but I definitely have gravitated towards these a little bit more lately, especially because they're a satin finish or a matte finish, and that's just kind of what I like from my lipsticks. If you want to see all my favorite Nude MAC lipsticks and me wearing them, I would definitely go down to that video below. So my second last product I want to talk about is a liquid lipstick. So I really like their liquid lipsticks. The formula of them is quite good. They're quite long lasting. The packaging is nice because it's similar to the lipstick, which I really like. A lot of people kind of slated it when it came out, but I actually like it. And my favorite liquid lipstick from MAC is this one here. I have a few. I have like reds and stuff. I went a bit crazy when the collection first came out. I actually branched out from Nude, but I do wear this one the most, and this is called Burnt Spice. It's much more of a deeper teddy bear chocolatey color. I absolutely love it. It's really pretty and gorgeous on the lips, and I wear this quite a lot actually, and I do like the depth of this nude. I like that it wears really well, and I love how they are so long lasting on the lips. It's a really great color. And finally, lip gloss. I'm not crazy into lip glosses. I have maybe like 10 of them in my collection. Actually, that's probably an underestimation. I have a lot of lip glosses, but I only have a certain few that I would wear, and this is one of them. This is an Oyster Girl. Love this color. So it is a beautiful like pearlescent pinky shade. Oh, I love the smell of MAC lip products. Oh, they're so nice. I don't know how to describe it because it doesn't come across as purple, but it's like pearlescent on the lips. It's really nice and it gives a gorgeous reflection. Again, it's lovely with like a nude lip, and then you wear this in the summertime. A lot of these products are really summery. Maybe that's why I wanted to do today's video, because I was like, yeah, they're all my go-tos, and I've been wearing a lot of these products a lot lately as well. But I love this shade and I highly recommend it. It is one of my favorites. I do have a few other honorable mentions. Like I really like Richer Lusher, and I quite like Pink Lemonade as well. They are really nice shades actually, but it's just that one's the one that I wear more so than these two. And then I have a few other like nudes and stuff, but that's Richer Lusher up at the top, and that's Pink Lemonade. I just think that they give quite a nice corally tone without being too coral, because I feel like some of those coral shades are a little bit outdated now at the moment, whereas I feel like with a nice nude lip and a little bit of coral on them, it actually does look really nice, especially in the summertime. But a whole coral lip would not be my look. That's how I kind of inject a little bit of colour into my lips with lip glosses more so than lipsticks, if that makes sense. That basically wraps up my MAC recommended products, or what I would recommend from MAC. I know this is probably like a bit of an outdated video, but I do really like revisiting MAC from time to time and just remembering the products I love. And especially now that summer is coming in, a lot of these products are in my rotation in my makeup bag. Some of them are permanent fixtures in my makeup bag, but I definitely do rotate a few of them in, especially like Global Glow and Give Me Sun and stuff like that. Coming up to this time of the year, they definitely come into my makeup bag. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you're all keeping safe and feeling positive and happy and looking after yourself as best as you can. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.